How long did you watch Empire for? When did you tap out of Empire?
Ooh, I tapped out of Empire probably. I'm trying to think of like plot line wise, but probably like third season. I think.
So the reason why I asked this,
let me look up how many seasons of
is
Empire.
because the reason I stayed past the first season is I did some head canon. So if y'all not familiar with that means, it just you create something in the show that just comes out of your imagination. So the way that it was cool to me was that they had a superpower. Every character had a superpower. Their superpower was they were able to make hits.
There were 6 seasons of Empire.
Yeah, I got out at season 5.
Wow.
Yeah, I stayed about 4 or 5. I was like, 4 or 5. But the way I was able to commit myself to it was because the music was the superpower. Everybody in the family except the oldest son could make music. Mm-hmm. That was their superpower. And Cookie's superpower was she could tell when a hit was a hit.
Yeah.
That was her power and the way that the family all worked together. So that was always how I like made the shit more supernatural to me and how it was more tolerable. But to see this shit play out in real life with Diddy, I see why he wanted to sue them. Because wasn't that like an early case where he wanted to sue Empire for copying his life? I think there was an article about that.
I didn't even know that Diddy
I don't think it was about his life.
Sue Empire.
I don't think it was about his life, but I think they heavily inspired about him. And I didn't believe it until that nigga King Combs did a fucking diss track to 50 Cent and told the feds you went to the wrong house.
He did that?
Yes. You can go listen to the song. He tells them that y'all went to the wrong house. That it was the next door. Like, he trying to flex on them.
They just gonna go to that house too.
Like, I saw this and people will say like, oh, rich kids will do dumb shit and all that. I didn't think it was real like this. Like, this nigga really, I think it was Malik on the show. That was his name, right? The youngest son.
Let me look it up. Yeah, I think so.
Jussie Smollett's youngest brother.
Hakeem. His name was Hakeem.
You're right, Hakeem. King Combs is Hakeem.
Yeah, probably.
Like 100%. Like,
he was the favorite.
He was the favorite. He was the one doing the music. He did the same raps that was like his dad.
Yeah. He looked just like
100% is Hakeem.
Yeah.
And for you to let that shit ride, who does that? Like I understand we've gotten so far from the plot and reality that this wild shit is just normal behavior now. Like, just think about, we would never have had this when we was coming up. None of the rich kids would have made a diss track to somebody hating on their dad and tell the feds you went to the wrong house.
Not at all.
Like, what times do we live in now?
Also, only black kids would do this.
Like, Diddy has grounds to sue Empire now. Go get that back catalog, dog. You're going to need it. Jesus. I just thought that was insane. When I didn't believe people when they said that, and I went back and listened, and this nigga really said
Empire and
the other house. I came to the wrong house.
Were great. I think Star should have stayed on longer than it did, and Empire should have been cut shorter.
I'm surprised that you like Star.